Hey everybody, this is Adam, the Eclectic Gamer again, coming at you with another normal game I'm running here um, on Kennen this time. My last match was Thresh as support, and this time I ended up as mid. So if you haven't watched my other video, I'm basically going to outline with kind of what I know and what I do and what I've learned so far. I'm only level 25. Haven't played a ton of PvP games. But I figure if you haven't played a lot, you can learn something from me, and if you're very experienced, then you can give me some tips. So, like I said, I've started to play draft pick games as opposed to normal blind pick games, just because I find that the fact that you have to sit there and pick and do bans and use a little bit of time and you can't just lock in right away means that people will actually talk and figure out who's playing what. So I really like that. Even if I get some of my champions banned out or whatever, I have enough champions now that that doesn't really matter, and I actually get people who are going to pay a little bit of attention. They're going to actually agree on what role they're going to play for the most part, and it'll work. So I ended up as mid this time. Like I think I said before, I basically just do fill. I don't want to get into the drama of trying to type faster than someone or figure out what's going on. So I just figure I'll learn a handful of champions for each role, play whatever role comes to me, and it's fine. So this time I ended up with mid. And Kennen is my go-to champion for mid because he is awesome. He is a flippin' ninja. Um, so he's a ton of fun. I like his Q is a skill shot, which is always I think fun to play. You get to there's a little bit more than just it's like something active to do when you're playing, which is nice. Um, he's nice and fast. He's obviously a ninja, so it's kind of cool and fun. Uh, and then his team fight late game is really cool with his slicing maelstrom and his ult. You can actually lock down a whole team and be a huge part of the team fight, which is fun. So yeah, so I've been playing him. My other mid is Twisted Fate. He was pretty cheap and he's pretty competitive and fun. So, but he gets banned out a lot. So I don't play him as much when I'm playing mid, especially in draft pick. Ooh, I've not played against Kale before, so I'm not sure what his deal is. Kennen is ranged, which is nice. I always feel like I get picked out a lot if I'm a melee champion and I end up going as the ranged champion, so I like to avoid that. Yeah, but he's fun. He also doesn't have to use mana, so he uses only energy, which is nice for which is you just don't, just another thing you don't have to worry about. You do have to make sure you're not buying. Make sure you're not buying. How do I say it? Equipment and gear that's not useful to you. If something's giving mana or something, then it's basically going to be a waste, and so you got to be very careful about the items you pick up. So yeah, so a lot of fun. Again, so the Q is a skill shot. It's a lot of fun. You gotta kind of practice hitting it. The electrical surge combined, especially with a lightning rush. Lightning rush, you can use it as an escape. But you can also use it as a clearing tool, since when you do that, you can peg almost everybody with your stacks, and then they take damage when you can hit everyone with the lightning with your electrical surge. So it's a lot of fun. I haven't gotten quite to use it yet because I'm sort of playing on the defensive here. So there we go. That's what I mean by the clearing. You can just take a whole bunch of shit out. Stuff out, sorry. Oh. Apparently someone else is dying too, and Or Sin just wanting to surrender. Uh-oh. He's getting all angry. That's the thing you got to worry about is people going sort of off. I'm always sort of on the lookout as for people getting upset at people when, cause everyone kind of can have a bad game, but nice. All right, everyone can have a bad game, but you can always pull it back, especially in, at the low level I'm at. At the low level I'm at, people are always going to make some sort of mistakes, and if you just keep practicing getting better, or wait for a big team fight, you can always come back from it. So I'm always waiting to try to figure out what the best way, how to improve just a little bit, and so I'm working on my last hitting, which is always kind of difficult. And again, the biggest thing I'm constantly working on is not being too aggressive, not diving into the fight. So that first time I died from Kale, sorry, I was a little busy trying to figure out what was going on, but basically I escaped. I got to the point where I could hit him, and I baited him into my turret, and he did die. If I had just done one hit to him, I would have gotten credit for the kill. I don't know. Like, I could have just thrown a shuriken back, and we both would have died. But because I didn't even do a single hit to him, it doesn't count as a kill if the turret just kills you, even if someone's around. Unlike a minion kill, minion kills, you just get experience if you're near them when they die. That's why if you are a melee champion. Nice. That's my Slicing Maelstrom. Awesome. If you're a melee champion and you're getting kind of zoned out by a ranged champion, you can just kind of hang around and you'll still get the experience. You won't get the gold from the last hitting, obviously, but you can still get all that experience. So if you've not played Kennen before, he is a blast. Every so often, I think it's every few hits, once you upgrade this, every 5 attacks he puts a Mark of the Storm on the target he hits. And all of your abilities also put Mark of the Storm on targets. So each of those got a Mark of the Storm. When someone gets 3 Marks of the Storm, they are stunned. And so you can easily put a couple on there. So you can lightning rush around them to put some on, zap them with your Q, and then hit them with a shuriken, and that'll be 3 instantly. So to get 3 on, it's not too difficult. And your ultimate, basically, periodically in that range that you saw, it zaps people and gives them, puts Marks of the Storm on them. So theoretically, usually what the build is you get Zanya's Hourglass, which basically makes you invulnerable while it's on, but it doesn't turn off your abilities. You can't use any abilities, you can't attack anyone, but any abilities you have kind of on keep going. So you can activate your Slicing Maelstrom. Zanya's Hourglass will keep you safe. No one can hurt you, and you're zapping them, you're stunning them, you're doing all this crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and get our needlessly large rod. And so I guess a bunch of ability power. Pretty much all of our abilities are procced on ability power. But yeah, so you pop your Zanya's Hourglass. They can't hurt you, but if they stay around, they're going to take damage, and they're going to get stunned. And that's really good for a team fight. That's what I meant by the light team fight game that Kennen has. And that's what I was able to do to Kale there when I killed her the time when I actually killed her, was I hit her with a couple things, and then I put up Slicing Maelstrom. She got stunned, and I was able to put all my abilities on her and do the damage. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm working on last hitting minions. Again, if you are sort of new, the way it works is if you're you're nearby, you get the experience from killing a minion or a monster. Doesn't matter. You just have to be nearby them. But to get the gold from killing them, you have to actually land the last hit. That's why they call it last hitting, or the killing blow. So theoretically, if you're trying to get up and get money to get your items, it's really important to constantly be getting the killing blows on minions. You could see if you think about it there for a second, you basically would be. You could basically sit there and get a whole bunch of experience, but if you never get the last hit on a minion, then you won't get any gold, other than the gold you just get, every second that everyone gets. So that's what you got to kind of concentrate on. Basically, you could make the exact same number of attacks, do the exact same amount of damage, but if you don't get the right attacks and hit at the right time, then you just won't get any gold, and you won't be able to get any of your cool items. And for the most part, items are where your power is going to come from. That's why when you're playing support, people might yell at you to stop stealing their kills or stop stealing their last hits, because the idea is that if you get the attack damage carry all the last hits, they will basically power up and get all the good items, and they can become super powerful late game and carry the team. That's why they're called carries. So if you don't do that, then basically they'll fall way behind, especially since attack damage carries are so squishy. So again, got to kind of concentrate on that. I'm still working on it. It can be difficult. All right. I think I mentioned that before as well, that the thing I'm working on is trying to be less aggressive. I always find that almost all the mistakes I make are because I'm being way too aggressive. At least that's how I feel. Like, that was pretty aggressive, but I'm gonna get a. Oop! I think I escaped there. I got a kill out of it. I was fairly certain that I could, come out of that with a kill and not die, but because that was really close. A lot of times, especially when I was playing attack damage characters, is that if you get super aggressive and just dive in, then that's a lot of time when you're really at risk of dying. You need to know your character and know when you can go in there. So I'm trying to pull it back, not go crazy and dive in when I might get a kill, because a lot of times I've been discovering that this game snowballs. If someone gets 2-3 kills, that's why you'll hear about someone being fed, because they have so many kills, they've gotten so much money and experience that they're just unkillable now as far as the game goes. And a lot of times, if you're weak because you've been missing experience and money because you died a bunch, then not only are they stronger, but you can't keep up. And so what happens is, you're just it's double bad. You can't keep up. They're super powerful, and then they're gonna kill you more, and it's gonna snowball, and there's no way you're gonna bring it back. So you just got to be careful. And almost every mistake I feel like I make is because I'm too aggressive. So I could have gone into for some fight there. Not gonna do it. Let's go ahead and put a ward down here. I should have bought 2 wards, unfortunately. Doing pretty good with the last hitting though, I think. Get some magic resist. That thing is hitting me pretty hard. Oh, I'm getting the Zani's Hourglass soon. That has magic resist on it. Oh, he's just chilling out. See if I can bait him. So another sort of higher level thing that I've been working on is warding. So I can sort of I put a ward up on the top there, and I can sort of, so I can feel a little safer moving toward the top of my lane because I know the jungler isn't going to come out there. Oh, I missed that. So I'm doing all right here. I'm not losing my lane. I've gotten many of our kills seem to have come from my lane, and also my stupid death there. So, but that's not too bad. I haven't pushed my tower at all, which Kennen is not. Kennen is great at pushing waves, but Kale's doing a really good job of keeping me pushed back. You know, I'm getting a little afraid of. He's doing a lot of like burst damage on me here, so he's doing a good job of making me stay back and not being able to push too hard. Because like I said, I can push with my E and my W. I can clear out minion waves real quick. But if I'm afraid of dying at that point when that happens, then it's not much good, is it? Bait him in a little bit. Nice. Oh, and there's Kale trying to kill me. I can get out. I can get out. Ah. Oh well. 1 for 1 isn't the end of the world. Not like I lost a tower or anything. So I'm doing pretty well in general. And I got my Zanyas. Again, this is mainly good for... I guess it doesn't have magic resistance, only armor. I should get something with magic resistance, though. Get some shoes. Again, yeah, this Kale's doing a pretty good job. I'm not really familiar with Kale, actually. I haven't played with or against him much. It's one of those characters that it's like 450 to buy. It's real cheap. I probably should get it. I know it's used pretty successfully, you know, competitively. Usually, often as a support, I think, though. But anyway, we're doing pretty even here, 6 to 8. Not the end of the world. I feel like I'm getting a lot of good. Also, people call it creep score. I think that's a thing from Dota, actually. Talking about number of minions you've killed. Let's go ahead and ward the bottom this time. We warded top last time. Keep them guessing a little bit. I mean, Kale got my tower down pretty good there, unfortunately. Let's see if we can do any here. Put the Zion's Hourglass on there and see if my... Yes! So that worked beautifully. My jungler was able to jump in there and do it, but they unfortunately had a really good gank planned with a whole bunch of teammates. Alright, so... But he made it out of there alive. We got a kill. That was actually pretty good. Again, that's the power of the Zanyas. You can, especially if they come in to get you in a group, you can basically damage all of them. Oh, I'm gonna die. I thought I could stun him under the turret and make him take a bunch of damage, but that was a mistake on my part. You know, we should get some boots so we're a little faster. We can get out of tight spaces a little better. And get some more wards here. Oh, Master Yi. Oh, nice, Master Yi got them both. So, okay, I feel better about that in general, I think. The amount of damage we put on them, and then they overextended, obviously. But, worked out pretty well. Ooh, our top lane is not doing so hot. I shouldn't talk too much, though, because my middle turret's about to die. Singed away from the keyboard. Oh, he's only level 6. That probably means he went AFK. Alright, so he's got that. I'll go keep my middle lane in check. Well, in that case, we're doing really well if one of our players, if we're playing 4 versus 5. You can see, so this, you don't see it, you only see what their level was the last time they were spotted. So they still could be higher than that, but everyone's still like level 11, so it's not. They are not too far ahead. Let's go ahead and put these wards down. We'll put another one there just to. We don't want to be spotted. There's nothing not to worry. I have to worry about mana. It's a nice little bonus. Oh, and he's coming in. And Kha'Zix can really dive in, so you got to be a little careful. But get out of the way. Did come around from this spot rather than coming in from the river. Hail doing a ton of damage to me. I do not like it. That's okay, I don't mind sitting under my tower. A lot of people think that your success is only measured by, you know, whether or not you're taking down the tower, but that's nice. I mean, tower, you know, it's sort of a good long-term barometer, but I mean, if you're not taking down their tower and you're getting a bunch of kills because they're too afraid to come at you, then that's almost as good in terms of, you know, success rate. You know, sometimes you got to play the long game. Oh, and then you got to not die. I should go back. I'll be a hero. You know, if you can stay ahead of them in gold and items, and just kind of keep the towers even, or even, you know, even if you stay ahead, is not the end of the world if you get behind. So, never give up, never surrender. Although, again, playing 4-5 is difficult, but I was reading some posts on the forums where they were discussing how you should never surrender because you never know what's going to happen. You know, people can make mistakes. We're still somehow winning 11. You know, we have more kills than they do, despite only playing with 4 players. And that's not, you know, not to insult anyone, but we obviously must be doing pretty well comparatively if that's the case. And I've definitely been on the other side of that, where our team wasn't as good as we would have liked to have been, but and somehow we were losing to a 5-player team or 4-player team with 5 players, and you know, and it was a little frustrating because you're like, well, how can we be this bad? But you know, it happens. You know, sometimes you're just having a bad day. You're not playing up to your game. Sometimes, so I'm gonna back off here because both bottom died. So people are probably either they ganked bottom. Both of our bottom characters died, so it's not worth. You know, you know something's coming since they took that out. So I'm just gonna go. Oh, I was gonna go farm this bottom lane. Oh, now I'm gonna go help. Try to help Master Yi here. Oh, I got one of them. Pop my Zanyas in my ultimate, although popping the Zanyas is not a big deal because it's going to come back before my ultimate does. We're not doing too badly. I feel like I'm doing well. Good number of kills. You know, killed more than I've died despite, you know, being down a player. Because that means our jungler has to go cover the top lane when our top lane isn't, and that means I'm not getting as much help as maybe I normally would. But they've gotten 3 of our towers. We've only gotten 2 of theirs. You know, the 2 in the lanes where we had players. So I got my Sorcerer's Shoes, which gives me magic penetration, which is nice. So now normally I would go with, you know, additional damage. The Void Staff is really cool, but I'm wondering if I should get something with at least I'll get a Negatron Cloak to I'll get a Negatron Cloak to up my magic resistance. Cause that Kale's damage is killing me. Alright, could help Yi. How many are up here? 2. Okay, so I'm not basically not gonna be able to turn that tide because Yi is so down, even with his regeneration. So at least maybe I can scare him off a little bit. Oh, somehow we got the dragon. Clear this out. Maybe I can come down here and help. Yeah, they're doing pretty well, so if I can get down here, I can... My ultimate is almost up, so it's time to get there. And the ultimate just keeps zapping people. I can zap them. Get out of here. See if I can get to safety. Oh, drink. It's not gonna happen. I'll run him on a goose chase here. See what I can do. Oh, no. I only can do so much. But I got at least one more kill in there, so it wasn't the end of the world. I think I saved Tarek anyway. Yeah, I'm actually not very familiar with what Tarek does either. This is one of the things. Just playing more games. Another reason to keep playing the free champions is the more you know about a champion, the more you know sort of how to defeat them, how to play against them. I don't really want to go into that fight since we already have 2 of our now 4 players dead. So this Fortune's going to go and just clean that up. Sometimes you want to go looking for a fight, especially if they're down really low. But got to sort of look at the surroundings. They just pop that turret. Alright, so we're all coming mid. Alright, there we go. I was getting silenced by Cho, unfortunately, which is a huge problem for me, because when I run in there, my intention is to run in there and zap everybody, but if I... nice. It's actually going really well. But if Cho hit, I run in there, I dive in there, sometimes you flash in there to make it happen, but then you get silenced. You can't pop the Slicing Maelstrom. You can still pop the Zanyas, but you don't want to pop that unless you are rocking the Slicing Maelstrom to actually damage people. I think none of us died there, and we killed 2. But yeah, pretty good about that. What could I actually buy? Couldn't buy my Void Staff or anything for my Guardian Angel, so I'll clean this up a little bit, and then maybe I'll go back. Alright, so we're all going back. Might as well go back. Get something. Yeah, only 1,200. Could get some ability power. You know what? I'm not going to ward right now. I need to learn more about warding effectively, but I'm just never sure when or where to actually save up for it. You're also not sure if the support, what the support's doing. So, like, let's see, Tarek hasn't actually purchased Sightstone or anything. So, you can't count on him, but, like, you don't want to waste some of your item slots when you could be building something that will actually do, where you can actually perform your role. They were team fighting really well here. this is just one of those cases where, even when we're playing 4 players, we have a good team composition. We're all playing our roles well. We can really win fights when we need to, which is what we're doing. We're winning fights. We're taking turrets, which is what you need to do. Score, nice. So yeah, we're really coming back. So this is what you want to do when you're, especially when you're, especially some people say, oh, surrender, we're down a person, oh, we're just sucking. Let's go ahead and get this. So this will actually gives me so the blue buff actually does give you energy. Energy regeneration, so it is worth taking as Kennen. So I didn't really need to heal up, and I don't need mana or anything, so I'm okay to go for the next team fight. Can't get my void staff or anything quite yet, so it's not really a big deal. Oh, they are afraid of us now, it would seem, even if it's 5v4. So I haven't really mentioned it, but with the skill shot with the Q, it's really it's a good idea to smart cast it. If you're not familiar with smart casting, it basically means I think the default is shift and the attack. And so what that does is, instead of normally if I hit Q, it gets this targeter out there. Do we get everyone? All but Soraka. Okay. It puts the targeter out there. Which takes a little time to figure out where you want to target and then actually placing it down. So what you do is, if you shift Q, it'll just fire it right wherever your mouse is right now. Sort of like what Flash does. When you use Flash, it just does it to wherever your mouse is, which is what Smart Cast will do. So that allows you to get it up real quick. You don't have to. Basically, it's just one key press, not a key press and a click. And obviously, clicking is a little slower than just pressing the key would be. So it's definitely something you want to work on. So I'm going to go Void Staff because it gives ability power and ignores magic resist. So if they've been trying to build that to protect themselves, it's no good. Let's try to build up the armor for this Guardian Angel as well. That'll be helpful. Doran's Blade's alright, but at this point, I'm doing more damage with my abilities than I am with attacking. So again, we keep winning these 4v5 team fights just by going straight at the mid, so no reason not to. Keep doing it. This is actually kind of fun. It's fun. It's a little more fun to actually be winning on the 4v5s. Oh, they kind of caught us out there a little bit. Yeah, they were hiding there in the brush. And then they got to split up. So a couple of us went down. It just didn't work out very well. So hopefully they don't actually take too much. We got 2 of them as long as we can. We got 3 of them. Oh, Master Yi died. Oh, we got 4. We did a 4 for 4, although unfortunately we only have 4 players, so it's all for 4. So that worked out pretty well. Yeah, so I'm kind of happy with that. Obviously, don't have enough money to buy anything yet, but trying to communicate. So we'll try to push mid here while they have to deal with they're having to deal with super minions all up in their base. They're actually pushing that turret down. Okay, good. He's going to push bot. Oh, they're stuck in their base, so he wants to go Baron. I guess they're defending a whole bunch of somehow all the waves of minions are pushing that. If they get Baron, then we're in a lot of trouble for pushing. But I don't think it's. I think he's right. I don't think it's worth the risk. So we just gotta stick together. I love how well Kennen can clear waves like that. It's a lot of fun. Oh, they're trying to come at us from the bottom here. Oh, he missed. Oh, that's all. I zapped a couple of them. I couldn't get my Zanyas off for whatever reason. I don't know if I missed it or... I don't think silence affects abilities like that. I'm not sure. I'm doing pretty well here. Go Yi. Nice. So just me and Misfortune died. So again, we are somehow rocking this out like crazy. Versus 5. So they're definitely going to be able to push that turret down, those 2 turrets down, and the inhibitor. And it looks like these turrets are pretty damaged as well because they've been having the super minions come in from the bottom for a while. So let's head on in. Tarek's split pushing that top, but they're going to have double waves of super minions now coming in. There he is. Oh, he's re-killing that inhibitor because they respond. But yeah, they're basically gonna have to sit in their base and figure it out, and we clearly have the team fight advantage. I'm not sure why it's so bad for them. I mean, like I said, I'm not very familiar with Kale. Soraka, I feel like she levels off pretty poorly. Not a huge fan. But I guess it's just the team comp. I mean, we like I said, we did the draft pick style. So like I said, the reason I like that is because it actually forces people to communicate about what their plan is. Let's see if we can maelstrom in the Zanyas. Nice, I can zap him again. Oh, that was a good combination. Okay, so I died there. I got 2 kills. But yeah, so they stunned me, silenced me, but the Guardian Angel brought me back. And then as soon as I came up, I did my ultimate and then Zanya's, so they couldn't take me out even though I was at very little health. How do we end up on that? We killed 3, they killed 3. I guess not so bad. I mean, it was still kind of a win for them, percentage-wise, but They still have to worry about their base. Yeah, but anyway, I did the draft pick style, which meant that everyone actually sort of communicates in their in the pregame, which is a huge help. Um, when people actually talk about what roles they want, and we kind of figure it out, that your team ends up organized. We have our support is a tank, and Yi and Yi is pretty good. Obviously, it is even without Singe, but I can do a whole bunch of area damage. I can stun people. The stun works really great with Misfortune. If you can stun people in her ult, then it just they're just dead. Oh wow, those minions are just mowing down turrets. Yeah, so they're all in their base having to defend against the waves of minions. This is kind of how a game should go. What? Why are they dying to minions? That's odd. I don't even know why that would happen. At this stage, I don't know. I understand how they're dying to minions. So we could probably just rush in there and kill them all, but I guess we want to do Baron just to make sure it's good. So it's a good insurance policy. We're already winning the team fight. This will just make sure we win it that much more. So my Zanias is up and my ultimate is up, which is awesome. My Guardian Angel is not up yet, but that's okay. We get blue buff. This blue buff is awesome. On Kennen. He's coming back anyway, so I figured. Oh, I guess they went in. No, oops. I probably should have been a better teammate, but that's okay. I don't think we can lose this at this point. Odd to say in a 4v5 game, but I think that's the case. They're all 18 as well. These minions, they got no inhibitor turrets left. We'll just take it out, and that'll be game. Don't worry about what they're doing. We could get more kills, but it's not really worth it. Anyway, that was my game with Kennen. I actually thought that I did pretty well there, but again, I am just beginning. So, any of you have any advice for me, please leave it in the comments. If you have any questions for me, leave those in the comments as well. Otherwise, I'll see you next game. Thanks.